Good morrow, everyone. Hope you're having a good day, and if not, hope tomorrow goes better. As always, it's January, but this time 2024. And because it's January, I'm going to start up my podcast again. This time we're actually taking bets for how long I'm going to last. My bet, let's say second week of April, just because that's just how, the dice roll. But since my last podcast, a few things have happened in my life. Got a new job. My last few podcasts were basically about how my company was passing me over for jobs. And as I said, not majority of one of them was my fault. The other ones, nepotism just wasn't a thing. And I, felt some kind of way about that. But yeah, got a new job, 2023. Yeah, at first it was kind of a struggle. Not because it was hard, because I kind of knew what I was going to do. It was just like I was used to doing what I wanted to do for like the last 5-6 years. And I finally jumped into not only a new job, a new team, new responsibilities. And it just took me a while to adjust. Also, when I got a job, I technically was doing 2 people jobs. And thank you, Lord, it took 3 months for them to hire someone new. And, even when they hire someone new, it takes that new person a month or 2 to really get their, the feet under them. So got hired basically June, July, August. They started September. So September, half of October. I was kind of training them, but around that mid-October, I let them take the reins. So yeah, got a new job, making some decent money. I was trying to finagle my way to a certain amount, but they just wasn't budging. Whatever. A raise coming up in a couple months, so hopefully I can get what I want. I'm aiming for 6 figures. Oh my God, I want my 6 figures. Either way, not the point. Got a new job. I don't know if I talked about this, but in case I did, year and a half ago, let's just say 2 years ago, I proposed to my girlfriend. So she was my fiance, last time I talked about this. But I got married. So, got a new job, got married. Obviously, a few things I'm talking about right now, I'm actually going to go a little deeper into future podcasts. But, just had a big year. Oh, also, for the first time ever, I left the country. When COVID started, 2020 or 2021, I kind of get them mixed up nowadays. I was supposed to go to Cancun with my cousins. It was supposed to be my first blue time outside the country. Then COVID came and was like, nah, you can't. Well, technically, from what I remember, we technically could have went to Cancun. It just, if we had landed, it would have been in a day or 2. And I think because of how COVID was progressing, we might have been stuck in Cancun for a little bit. So, not that I couldn't go. I just maybe couldn't come back. But yeah, so for the first time ever, I left the country. I went to Europe, Paris, Florence, Venice, Rome. Good God, that was a long time. 10 whole days in a foreign country, eating foreign food with foreign money and foreign people. It was fun, but 10 days. It's not that 10 days are too long. It was just too long for 4 locations. And also, it was too long for not to be a beach type thing. Because as of right now, me and my now wife have talked about our true blue next outside the country trip. We're going to do a resort with a beach. So, enjoyed Europe. Enjoyed the experience. But man, next time I want to be a beach or a pool, and every hour on the hour is going to be a drink in my hand. I cannot wait. Again, because I got married last year, I had to do a bachelor trip. Did a bachelor trip to, it's cliche, but hey, if you're going to do it big, do it big. Did it in Vegas. Definitely going to talk about that. And I ain't gonna lie, when I talk about that one, I'm going to get a little deep. I know I don't get super deep with these podcasts, because I ain't gonna lie, it's not that I'm scared, it's just, I have a tendency not to try to spill, I guess, negativity, but I've realized because long time ago, I wanted to be a stand-up comic. And I kind of would like to still do it, but that drive to do it is not there, and I've gone to terms with I just probably won't be a stand-up comedian, even though certain comedians have literally started at 40, so it's not something that's going to die. But I realized that if I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, obviously you're going to make fun of things, but you're probably going to make fun of people. And when I say people, probably people you're close to, so your friends, your family, your wife, your kids, so, if I got into that business, I was going to sit down with my people and say, hey, y'all, this is how I pay my bills. I might have to talk about your big head. I might have to talk about your fat feet. I might have to talk about you snoring like a lawnmower. That's the things you got to do. And I feel like I can kind of do that. But I feel like once I'm either got a microphone in front of me or I'm on stage, it feels interesting to do that. So when I started this podcast, I call it Devil's Advocate Podcast because people are literally telling me I kind of think differently compared to a lot of people, which it's not even think. I just like to see the other side when it comes to arguments. But with that said, a lot of times when you see the different side from other people, you probably gonna talk a little negative. So when I actually do my talk on my bachelor trip, I ain't lie, I'm gonna get a little deep, and I'm not saying feelings will be hurt, but I feel like if certain people hear my words, they're gonna be like kind of taken aback, like, I can't believe you thought like that. It's like, yeah, because I don't like to ruffle feathers, and I just don't like to be that guy. I speak my opinion, but I just be like, Cedric, how's the food? It's all right. That's like far as I go. I won't kind of go deeper than that because I just don't like hurting people's feelings. And I said, I don't think I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings. It's just going to take them aback. Like, wow, I can't believe he thought that. Anyway, like that. Look, so bachelor trip, Europe, wedding. I did a cabin trip. Now, I'm 32, going on 33. So a lot of stuff I'm doing, a lot of people probably done in their 20s. Unfortunately, I'm a late bloomer. I'm sorry about that. But yep, the first cabin trip. Probably won't do a podcast about that. It was a cabin trip. Nothing too crazy. Had friends, liquor, pizza, watched the movie, a little Edie's. If you know what Edie's are, good for you. If you don't, hey, I know a guy. But yeah, I did a cabin trip with some people. I feel like I did a lot of traveling last year. So with that, that's actually the topic of this podcast. Real talk, 2024, I'm going to try my best to save money. Last year, I spent way too much money. Now, again, I'm not just spending money all left, right, all willy-nilly. There's purposes. Sometimes. But there's sometimes I ain't left right and spend no money. I think last year I spent like $60 each on like 4 video games. So 60 times 4, $240. Don't even play the games. So I basically wasted $240 last year. Because of the situations like that, this year I'm going to be a little bit of a penny puncher. Another thing that I spent way too much money on, which last year, again, was kind of weird. I think 2023 as like a full-blown adult while dating my, girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever you want to call it, it was probably the laziest I've ever been. When I was in my 20s, by myself. I was lazy, but I was by myself, so I had to do stuff. So, it is what it is. When I was like kind of in my 20s or like, teens, living with my mama, I don't know why when I get around my mom, it's like the lazy I've been. It's kind of her fault. I'm not blaming her, but like when I get around her, I kind of do things. But once we get to that kind of comfort level and I kind of just plop on the couch on my phone and watch TV, she kind of does stuff. She cleaned the kitchen. She asked me to dump trash. Obviously, I'll dump trash. Groceries. If it's like a lot, she'll do the groceries. But if it's like one or two things, she'll ask me to go. Around the house, she'll clean the house. Mostly because it's her house. But just like you can just tell my level of kind of goes out the door when I'm with mom, back in the day. Today, it sneaks up, but I got to kind of tell myself, nah, bro, you 30. You can't be lazy. So 2023, I was like super, super lazy. And I think it was just like, it's like how my mindset works. Like, y'all remember last year, I had like surgery on my nose. So obviously, I was like out of commission for basically a week when it comes to like being truly a normal human being. But then after that, I really couldn't work out for like another 2-3 weeks because my body just it just couldn't work out. I tried. I almost passed out working out, so I told myself take a month off. But then when I actually started kind of get back on my grind, that was like February-ish. But then like March, we went to I told you the cabin trip. April, even though it was like a week early, went to Savannah, Georgia, to celebrate my birthday. Savannah, love it by the way. So I told you, did a lot of traveling. June, I think I started back working out, but I stopped. July, bachelor trip. Also, courthouse legally, I got married in July. So July 20th. But for my actual wedding ceremony, October 20th, and I'm going to talk about that too. August, I was trying to get back on my grind working out, which I was. In September game, I was going good, and all of a sudden, pulled my hamstring, so I was out. And then October, because I was injured and I really couldn't work out because of an injury, I was literally just drinking like crazy. November, that was my honeymoon. December, I started back working out. So December, I started working out because I came to the conclusion for the people who want to start working out in January, new year, new me, just start in December. Really, start whenever you want. You can start October, November. But I would really say start in January. That way when when January come, boom, you're already in the works of like working out. You may not be super, super eating healthy, but my biggest thing when it comes to this, work out first. Still kind of eat your normal foods. Don't be going like, double cheeseburgers and like large fries. But, eat like you normally would eat. But, just work out. So, everything I just said, it kind of didn't make sense why I was lazy. It's just like, my mindset is, wake up, go to work, come home, eventually work out. Once I come home working out, eat decent. Tomorrow, basically kind of repeat. And I kind of got to do all of that to make sure I'm not lazy. For some strange reason, when I'm not working out, for some reason my mind is just like, yep, you're just lazy. So because of me not working out, I wasn't eating healthy. And because I wasn't eating healthy, meaning I really wasn't going to the store to buy like salads or fruit, something like that, I was doing DoorDash. So that whole long soliloquy that I just did of I was lazy, but I was spending money is because last year I definitely spent a lot of money on Uber Eats. I know I said DoorDash a minute ago, but Uber Eats. So Uber Eats is my app. I don't use DoorDash, but whatever. Also, there was a few times I would indulge myself and buy some food I really, really like. It's technically barbecue duck. Barbecue duck is delicious, but it costs $40. It ain't gonna lie. I think at the beginning of the year, like probably like January through August, I didn't buy it. But around like August, September, I bought a couple of them. I would say August to December, I bought at least 5. Maybe even more. And technically, I bought some from my girlfriend, wife, fiance, her. I bought some for her too. So that just add up. So that's a lot of money. Told you, Uber Eats, bought a lot of that. Also, people who know me, and I mean know me, know I drink liquor. I'm not addicted. There's times I am, but I'm not addicted like that. But I definitely felt I spent a couple dollars last year. And I actually did the math. I normally buy a bottle of Smirnoff. It's technically cheap compared to other liquors, but still money. It's like $25. So, say I bought a bottle in 1 year 40 times, and I actually can see myself doing it. Even if I didn't do it, even if I pushed like 30 times, you gotta think, I went to bars. In that bars, you buy some chicken wings. If you don't buy no chicken wings, you're still gonna buy like at least $100 worth of liquor. So, let's just say I'm going 40 weeks, 1 bottle of vodka. That's $1,000. Not saying I would save $1,000 because obviously I'm not crazy, but if I could just reduce that by half, it's only $500. And that $500 can go to things. So that's one thing that pops in my head. Hey, let's try to cut back on liquor, buying the bottles and, going out to drink. Because, you can still go out, but you ain't got to buy liquor. You can buy, like, juice. People probably look at you weird, but you can still buy juice. Another thing, for my bachelor trip, which, again, we'll talk about more for the bachelor trip podcast part. There was one incident. I was feeling myself. It was awesome. It was Andreas. It was a pool party. It was lit. Again, it's my bachelor party, so people weren't trying to make me spend money. They literally said, hey, Cedric, I got you. Cool. It was lit. I still bought a bottle. That bottle by itself, $1,400. That still like pops in my mind like, bruh, I'm trying to get my credit card down to 0. And I'm still popping bottles. There was no point in buying that tequila bottle. And I think we finished it too. Hey. It was a good time. But there was just no need to buy that bottle. I'm going to talk about this from my wedding. Probably not much detail because it's kind of a scary moment. But the Friday before my actual wedding, got married on Sunday, I kind of got into like a little car situation. And ain't gonna lie, because of the situation with my car, it basically came out to like $800 to $900 I spent on my car. So if I was just super, 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 super responsible, and again, that night I wasn't drinking, so if I was super, super responsible, there would have been another $1,000 I could save. And here's the biggest part. I got married, as I said. Marriages, the cliche ones, cost money. The venue, cake, photographer, videographer, suits. Yo, I spent so much money on this wedding, which I'm happy. We got the pictures, the beautiful. We got the video, beautiful. I'm not going to talk about the video because that's part of it. I spent so much money on this wedding. And honestly, me and my wife spent money. I'm saying, I'm focused on me. It's my podcast. Devil's Advocate Podcast, CedLove. Talk about my money. And because of all the money I spent last year, this year, oh yeah. I'm going to save some money. I told you, I'm going to cut out some liquor. I'm going to try my best not to buy video games I don't need. Like for Christmas itself, this past Christmas, I was supposed to buy a PlayStation 5. The reason it did not happen, because yes, somebody told me Christmas was canceled, but all I heard was, all right, we ain't finna do it big, but we still gonna do like 2 gifts, like $50, like that. So I still bought gifts in total. I'm not finna get a price, but I still bought gifts. And even then, I still kind of did an activity that cost money, and then I had to buy more gifts like last minute. And it just kind of like came, not out of nowhere, it just like, I wanted my PS5. But responsible Cedric, and at that point, I haven't made a budget yet. It was literally the 4th of January of this year where I said, hey, we ain't spending money. But December, I would think in my mind, I'm not spending money because, I'm not spending money. But once I still spent the money that I spent, I was like, all right, I can't get my PS5. Hopefully I get it for my birthday. But even for my birthday, I wouldn't want nobody to spend that because, it's like $500, I think. And then I want like 3 games. So that's probably like another 160 times 3, like 180. So basically, let's say $700 for, PlayStation plus 3 games. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. I'm going to cut out liquor. I'm going to cut out Uber Eats. I'm going to cut out a lot of stuff. But I want my PS5. I want my PS5. So yeah, with that for 2024, again, we're going to get more podcasts. Again, I definitely got topics I want to talk about that I didn't get a chance to talk about last year. I'm going to try to get my wife on as a guest because there is I would say there is a podcast I wanted to talk about last year, but I was just so lazy to try to figure out how to set up 2 microphones to talk at the same time because I don't really want her talking into mine. That's ghetto. I have 2 microphones and I'm going to figure out how to have us both talk at the same time. So once I figure it out, boom, she's going to be a guest. But yeah, I've got a few podcasts I'm going to talk about. For my personal life, maybe even work life, I don't really know. The goals of this year, 1, because I'm married, we're going to try to have a baby. I want a girl. If I get a boy, I'm still going to love him, but not as much as the girl. I'm just playing, but I'm not. I really want a girl. Also going to try to buy a house. Now that I've visited friends and family for these houses, I know houses cost a lot of money, but bruh, there's a certain aesthetic I want. I want carpet in the living room. Just the living room. Don't care about the dining room. Obviously, I don't want carpet in the kitchen, bathroom. People, the reason I say that, I literally told people I want a carpet in my carpeted house. You know how many people tell me, you want carpet in your bathroom? No. I thought it'd be a common sense thing to say if I want a carpeted house, it's the living room, the dining room, actually wouldn't mind that, hallways, and the bedrooms. Obviously, the kitchen, the bathrooms, I do not want carpet. The garage, don't want carpet. Some other logical places shouldn't have, obviously that, but if I could help it, I want carpet. It's not I hate tile or wood or vinyl. I like to lay on the floor. I'm a tall man. I'm 5'11", 6 foot. It kind of depends on the day, but when I get kind of stiff from sitting on the couch all day, I want to just plop on the floor. Now I got a dog, so if I actually do lay on the floor, I'm going to pick up with hair, but hey, I'm comfortable, but I'm hairy. My dog probably kind of playing with me, so I'm I just want carpet. Either. So I want a house. And the houses I've seen is basically 2 stories, or it's 2 stories and a basement. And I ain't lie, I'm not bougie, but I do have a mindset, and I feel like it's going to be hard for me to go from a house for 2 years to another house for 2 years for the house you want. So that's basically, let's go 6 to 10. It's going to be hard for me. I want that first initial house to be the house. Not the house I'm going to have my kids grow up in, but I want the first house to be oh, snap, we doing the big, not a ranch house. I really will feel kind of, ashamed of myself if I get a ranch house first. Again, that's just me. That's just me. I told y'all, Devil's Advocate podcast. Sometimes I don't say stuff on my mind, but I'm going to start doing it. And I will feel some kind of way if my first house is a ranch house. Just because I just feel like I need 2 stories. Even if we got a basement yet, I need 2 stories. Cool. So the goal is definitely try to have a baby, hopefully a daughter, and buy a house. Those are my 2 goals. Last 2 years of trying to get a new job, got a job. The goal wasn't to get married, but it was on the horizon, got married. This year, house, baby. There is no pressure on nobody. But if December 31st come and I ain't got a baby or a house, it is what it is. See you in 2025. Either way, with that, as I said, my name is CedLove. This has been the Devil's Advocate podcast. Hopefully I can save some money this year because I'd rather be broke and babies cost money. Oh, for all my fans, if you're definitely friends or family, if you come visit me at my apartment or house and I have a baby living there, and when I say baby, my baby, not some random baby we got off the street. If you come visit us, you bring diapers. I don't bring me diapers. Don't bring me no wine. Don't bring me no wine bottle opener. Don't bring me freaking chesters or tables. If you want to buy a sectional, I'll probably be cool with that. But talk to the wife. She has an aesthetic she wants to do. So if you want to buy us a sectional, cool, do that. But if you come visit me, you better bring diapers. This is not a joke. This is not a podcast. This is not me trying to get likes or You bring me diapers. Diapers are expensive. And I already know the family and friends are going to buy toys. They're going to buy clothes. They're going to buy all the stuff the kid need. But I feel like they ain't going to buy enough diapers. You come visit me. you better bring diapers. And I'll put that on site. Again, this has been CedLove with Devil's Advocate Podcast. And I'll see you soon. I ain't lie. It's been weird since I used this microphone. I'm surprised it's really not more dusty.